Hi, I'm Gary from Gary Rom Hairdressing. Really proud to be associated with the brand that we've developed over the last 35 odd years. We have 10 salons, 7 of those in the Pretoria Centurion area, 1 in the Cape at Willow Bridge, 1 in Nelspruit, and 1 at the Mall of Africa. We have our own hair care brand, which we've had since 2012. And I'm really proud and honored to be associated with the SHEnation initiative. And thanks to Melinda for inviting us along for the journey. This is your SHEnation beauty insert. So my story started in 1983 when I was employed by L'Oreal Professional to be a sales consultant. And back then, I used to visit between 350 and 400 salons every month. And whether I was visiting high-end salons or low-end salons, the journey of the client for me was always the same. So for me, when I look at the world of hairdressing, as I've grown and gone through my journey with L'Oreal Professional and onto owning my own salons, for me it's always been about studying the industry and trying to give clients things that other salons can't. And I think that holds true for any entrepreneurial business. And that's pretty much been my mission my whole life, is to actually provide something that other salons don't. Does that make us better hairdressers? Maybe, maybe not. We train a lot on skill. We have our own in-house technical trainer that does technical training, breakaway groups. I don't think there's a salon brand that I've ever seen in the world, and I've been to many countries, many continents, that invests as much human resource and funding behind training and education as we do. And we would like that to pay off into the salon when a guest comes to visit us. So what we concentrate and focus on are the softer skills of hairdressing, where people are teaching their staff cutting and coloring and highlighting skills. We're more about consultation, retail offerings, overcoming objections, time management, all those types of things. So when you come into one of our salons, it's a real experience. It's something that we're very proud of, that we hope that all the teams pass on to their clients, but it's all about condition of hair for us. So the one thing that is the most important aspect for me in my brand, which is close to oxygen, is condition of hair. That's like the most important thing for us. And we try and pass that message on to the client. So if you're the kind of customer that loves great hair, this is the brand for you. When we consult in the salons, what we've done is we've broken the services in the salon into 8 different areas. In a sense, what I'm saying is there's only really 8 ways that you can spend your money in any salon in the world. What we would like you to do is to spend it irrespective of your budget. Doesn't matter how much you have to spend or how little, we want you to spend it in order of importance, because if you look at a lot of clients that go into salons, they want to pay for color and they want to pay for highlights. But why would you invest an amount of money into a chemical service and go home and use the incorrect product to shampoo your hair with? So once again, for us, it's all about product. And people say, are you selling to me? Why are you recommending all of these retail products? Simply because you would never spend 1,000 Rand on a silk blouse and take it home and wash it with cold water Oma. You would invest into something that would protect that blouse, help that blouse. And so hair for us is a fabric. It consists of 3 elements: shape, texture, and color, all bound together by the one common denominator, which is condition. So when we consult, it's all about what can we do, what will your hair allow us to do? If 10 was the best hair in the world and 1 was the worst hair in the world, if a client walks in and her hair is a level 5, no one in the world can get better than a 5 out of 10 result on that hair. So we can only do what your hair allows us to do. Of course, we can build the condition up. We give you the right products. Over a period of time, we can elevate your hair from 5 to a 9, and then we can get a 9 out of 10 results on your hair chemical. We welcome clients that bring photographs in either on Pinterest or Instagram, etc. It gives us a guide of what the client wants, what the guest is looking for, looking to achieve. However, it's not always easy to take the picture and to translate it onto the client's head of hair. So when we look at design, for instance, there's 4 aspects of design that we look at in no particular order of importance. It's the texture of hair, it's the face shape, it's the lifestyle, and body proportion. So when we look at body proportion, there might be a haircut that works really well on a woman that's 5'5", but if you're 5'9", it's not going to work the same for you. And the same goes with color. You might look at a color. Most of the colors that you find on Instagram and Pinterest today are Photoshop. So the new grays and silvers that are prevalent today in the industry, when you look at those on a social media post, you go, I really want that. However, it's Photoshop. It's not always easy to do that on live hair. And of course, condition plays a role as well. So if the hair can't take it, we're just not going to do it. On the subject of trends, we do follow trends. We're normally about 6 months behind Europe. I think it's a hairstylist and a salon owner's job to follow trends. But just because the mini's in fashion, it doesn't mean it's going to work on every woman. So we would like to apply trends to heads of hair and clients that we feel the trends will benefit. We also make our own trends. So we have a trend meeting with all of our artistic directors, our managers, our franchisees, and we also predict what's going to happen in South Africa. So yeah, we do follow trends. The biggest one at the moment is the silvers, the grays, the rose gold colors, the pinks. But once again, only if the hair allows it. So when you look at face shape, it's all about the placement of color. If you find a stylist that really knows what they're doing, you can place and position color to make women look taller. You can place and position color to make hair look thicker. And the same goes with design. So if you're 5'5" or 159 centimeters and shorter, you should never wear a bob anywhere near your jawline. You should either wear it shorter or you should wear it longer, because that bob will break your body proportion up in the incorrect place. So when you're walking in a mall, from the front you look really, really great. But from the side and the back, you might look shorter, and I've never met a woman that wants to look shorter than what she actually is. It's the only element of a woman that you cannot change. You know, you can wear jeans and a t-shirt. If your hair looks great, you look amazing. But you can wear a 5,000 Rand ball gown. If your hair's not looking good, you don't look amazing. So you can change makeup, you can change clothing, you can change shoes, you can change nails, but you cannot change your hair. So when you have your hair done in a salon, you're pretty much stuck with that look for the next 4 to 8 weeks, really, depending on what you've gone through. A lot of hairdressers think that it's only their job and portfolio to make clients look better. But in a sense, we're psychologists as well. So we have the ability to make clients feel better at the same time. And a lot of clients offload on us because they find security and safety in the hairdressing salon. And they build up relationships with their stylists. And the biggest joy for me is a woman that walks out of our salon and I know that she's going to have a better evening at home with her husband and kids. Not because of the way she looks, but because of the way she feels.